Hey sports fans, good morning. Excuse that clearing in my throat, it's kind of early here. Hey, what you're looking at is a picture on my computer screen of the front of the Z about November 20th of last year after I hit a deer about 5:30 in the morning on the way to Lawton, Oklahoma. This is a pic right after I was able to get the destroyed and smashed aluminum hood off, but what I'm really going to focus on and the subject of these clips is that auxiliary fan you see right there in front of the radiator and the condenser, which was damaged. The shroud was cracked by the deer. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a different picture and show you what we're talking about. So there's a shot of the shroud on the counter. Cracked, couple of pieces are missing. You can see there on the bottom some of those support pieces are just gone. Also the shroud itself was cracked in half. You see right there on the bottom left, that cracked let the shroud kind of move in enough that the fan blades were, that it was not, fan blades weren't turning at the time of the wreck, but it wouldn't allow the fan blade to turn without hitting that. So what happened was my body shop guru and one of the top probably frame repair Yodas in the country, Elmer at Performance Paint and Collision, 39th Street, Oklahoma City, one of the top body shops in the country, and the one that fixed this car in 30 days and time for us to get it ready and built back up to win Best Sports Custom at the 59th Annual Daryl Starber Rod and Custom Show in Tulsa on February 19th. Said, hey, you can repair that. And the reason why I had to, there are none of these even on eBay. Everyone on eBay that's selling a used fan, auxiliary fan for a 90 through 96 twin turbo. It's an NA fan. The twin turbo is a 2-speed fan. The normally aspirated fan is a 1-speed. They are not interchangeable. The turbo runs hotter and needs and the ECU has a 2-speed fan and needs it. So Elmer said, hey, there's some aluminum tape that we use in body work. You can get it on Amazon. And so I did, and let me show you what we're about to try to put back in the Z now. So this is the shroud now. It's been repaired. The spot where the crack has been had aluminum tape put over it, and then it's been painted red. I left the fan motor and blades black. I'll show you another picture from the other side. And so that's what it looks like. It's looks like a brand new fan. I think it's actually much cooler than any an OEM fan because this paint scheme matches my engine bay. That's red and black. That's our theme. So I'm really looking forward to getting this back in. We're gonna go do a clip here in a moment when we get the nose panel off the Z to see if we can actually do this without removing the front fascia, which any twin turbo or Nissan 300ZX Z32 owner knows you do not want to do unless you have to. In this case, it's a Stillen GTZ R Gen 1 front fascia. I do not want to remove it. It's very difficult for one person and to get it back on and get it lined up just perfectly. It's not easy. It's a pain in the you-know-what. And we have a major car show coming up in 2 days, the King of the Open Road Cruise and car show at Thunder Valley Raceway. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this back in. What that means is we're going to have to relocate the brand new transmission cooler, which is the reason we deleted this is we were told by experts that have these cars and live in Phoenix that they deleted these and they drive them for years and never overheated. Well, we had 2 overheating events and within a month of putting this car back together without this fan. One was sitting in a long line of cars trying to get out of the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds after a huge car and coffee event where the Z, we sat still basically for 20 minutes. The Z started overheating, so we had to turn it off. And then not very few days later, we went up to Hallett Raceway for a cruise, open invitation cruise where cruise groups were coming up to the track and driving on the track, and we got stuck in another long line of cars and had to turn the Z off repeatedly, turn it off, pull up, turn it off. Every time the cars moved, we would start the Z, drive 50 feet or 10 feet or 5 feet, and then turn it off. And that's never happened in this car before the deer wreck and deleting this auxiliary fan. So we're gonna put it back in. I just believe 100% that it's needed. The radiator in the Z is a Concept Z Performance aluminum racing radiator. It's a great radiator, and under normal conditions, we would never need this fan. But if I'm sitting in traffic, and you could be on the highway, just doing great in the summertime with your AC on, and there's a wreck, and now you're stopped in stop and go traffic, this thing is going to be needed, and it's going to be needed in any kind of city driving with the AC on, and maybe even without it if it gets really hot and you're in a really hot environment in stop and go city traffic. So that's the project. Stand by, and there'll be more clips. We're not going to continuously GoPro the entire procedure. I take my time. I do not get in a hurry when I do mechanical work on the Z, and that's why I don't do time-lapse photography or any of those special effects with GoPro. I give you an intro, I show you in the middle each major step where we're at, and then I show you the finished product. And that's what we're going to do also with this project. So stand by if you have an auxiliary fan that you want to replace. Maybe you have a fan motor problem, whatever the reason that you would take it out, we're gonna show you how to put it back. And if that involves relocating a transmission coil, then you found the right YouTube video for you. So thanks for watching the Baddest Z in the Land YouTube channel. We appreciate your support, and more clips to follow. Out for now.